Welcome to the NBA Coast to Coast podcast brought to you by thelines.com. Coming to you from the West Coast, Josh Lander, joined by Nate Weitzer. He's on the East Coast. And we are rolling along in this NBA week here. It is Thursday. We got a 5-game slate for you and player props up in this video. We also have best bets in the other one, so make sure to like and subscribe to that page and check out both videos that we are bringing you each and every weekday this season. Also want you to head to thelines.com and use all the content we're putting up on the site to help you guys out with those bets, including that prop finder tool that's under the NBA tab. Make sure that you're getting the best juice and odds available to you from all of these books that are giving us these NBA player props this season. Nate, let's go ahead and get right into your first player prop for tonight.
Yeah, 5 games, but 4 are tonight. One is the Cavs and Nets in Paris this afternoon. So we will be only addressing the 4, and I'll begin at the end here with the Suns-Lakers game. God help you if you want to pick a winner in this one on 2 downtrodden teams. But Kevin Durant, 26.5 points is the lowest I've seen it maybe all season. That's very low for Kevin Durant, who's now getting 2 days off to heal that hamstring a little bit. He still played 35 minutes, though, on a back-to-back in a blowout loss against the Clippers, and now no travel for the Suns. Or I don't know if they went home and back. It's not a very far trip, but the point is he's playing the Lakers, and he brings it against LeBron and the Lakers in 3 with Phoenix, 36 points per game and 9 rebounds per game. 5.5 turnovers, but shooting really well, 54 and 50%. I mean, part of the turnover rate is that he's only had one of Book, one of Beal, or one with neither in those 3 games. 37% usage rate in those games. So that might come down a little bit, and maybe that's why it's lower. But look, Bradley Beal is not going to take much usage away from Durant. Booker is still trying to facilitate a little bit more. And Durant just tends to step up when he plays LeBron as his contemporary. He enjoys this matchup. I have no problem tacking on the rebounds, too. It's only 6 for 32.5 points rebounds, but the juice is not as good. But look, I think Durant's going to score around 30. That's what he does. And really notably on the road, too, 32 points per game, 7.5 rebounds versus 27 and 5.5 at home. Usage rate 5% higher, 33.8% usage rate when he's on the road. Also has a ton of rebound chances lately, but yeah, for me, it's more like those 3 matchups I mentioned against the Lakers, all those totaled around like 205. The total tonight is 238 with the Suns having their big 3 back. So we're expecting a much higher scoring environment. That Lakers 3-point defense has been awful. Durant is second in the league in his 3-point percentage. And wherever he wants to score from, he will be able to here in this matchup.
Yeah. And it is juiced up, juiced to the over here, like juiced down to the over. You've got some 26s out there, some 26.5s as well, which you could take. So like it is trending in the direction of what you're saying here. If you want to get on top of the over for his points, right? Like there's some books that are raising it up to 27.5 points. So I get that. It makes sense. It's a stay away from me just because it feels foreign, this whole thing with them. But I would fully trust your logic and the recent history for sure. The like care factor for sure is there for KD. So I trust you on this one big time. But I'm gonna go under for LeBron's former teammate, Kyrie Irving here. 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists is what it's at. 43.5. You still get minus 115 on that. I'm hoping to be able to get minus 110 here in a minute as well. But FanDuel has minus 115 as the best odds. And yeah, you kind of talked about this in best bets. Like 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Kyrie. Get the hell out of here. With 30 points, 30.5 point prop against the Knicks. Like, yeah, if Kyrie decides that he's shooting the ball 28 times tonight, all right, I'll buy into him getting 30 points, 32 points, but not against this defense in terms of efficiency and volume. I don't see both of those happening. The Knicks are top 10, limiting point guard points and rebounds, and they are actually 15th or so in the assists. Like you can get some dimes off of them as a point guard, but over the last 5 games, we're back to them being the best defensive team in the league, unshockingly, with, you lose one of the best defenders at center, and then you get OG Anunoby, one of the best defenders in the league at like any position. You're going to be a lot better. Derek Lively is out. Grant Williams is questionable. If Grant Williams doesn't play, man, he's really like without a partner here, right? He's just paddling without 2 paddles, essentially. So we're going to see if he can really just do it all himself, but I don't think that the volume of the assists are going to be there alongside the points. That's the key, right? He's not going to just be carving carving this team up to where he's either scoring or assisting on most possessions that he's in there, even if his usage is slightly higher, which it hasn't even shown that it will be that much higher without Luka. In the 6 games that he's played since he came to the Mavs and Luka hasn't been there, he's at 35 minutes a game, 25 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists, right? And that includes one where he played 39 minutes against the Lake Show and had 38 points in that one. Everything other than that, he went completely under, right? Every time, pretty comfortably under, but never got 40 points, rebounds, and assists in any of those games without Luka. So in this matchup coming up against a Knicks team that is just going to have, endless amounts of good, like little defenders who can also like stay in front of him but are also taller than him, like a Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. Obviously, if they have to put OG on him, why not just throw OG on him? Like, you don't need him for anybody else that's on the floor. So they're going to be able to do what they want down there in terms of figuring out how to throw guys at Kyrie. That's going to be a huge problem for them, and that's why, like we keep talking about, they're limiting assists, rebounds, points. They're just the best defense in the league right now. So this is not going to be a good night for Kyrie, I don't believe.
Yeah, top 10 in basically everything except fast break points allowed for the Knicks in this 5, which they're still like league average. They're not like getting smoked on that. And the points off turnovers is what Dallas is depending on right now. So as long as they take care of the ball, like, I don't see Kyrie having much success in the half court. Like, if they do turn it over and he starts cooking in transition or semi-transition, good on you. Like, maybe he gets his 30 points then. But like you said, yeah, there's not a lot of talent around him to score. And we like under in this game. And I don't think the Knicks are going to be turning it over a lot because I think Brunson's going to be absolutely locked in to beat his former team. We talk about him in the best bets as well. But I'll go with another Knick, Dante DiVincenzo, over 5.5 rebounds and assists, which is very low to me. Minus 105 at MGM too. Not even tough juice. Like, he's gone over this in 5 of 6 since RJ and Quickly were traded. He had that one blow-up game before OG got in the lineup, and since then, he's not been shooting very much, but still averaging 17 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists. The one under was a surprise blowout at Philly, where he still had 5 assists and rebounds in just 17 minutes, and he went over this in 19 minutes in a blowout win last time out against Portland. Otherwise, averaging 25.5 minutes a game, pretty consistent role. I was confused why Tibbs wasn't giving him a more consistent role before the trade. I guess he doesn't fit well with RJ or whatever, but now he's getting the run. And per 36 in his career, he averages 10.5 rebounds and assists. So Dallas gives up the second most rebounds to shooting guards, actually the most in their last 7, 7th most assists to the position. And Dante averaging 2.5 drives per game. He passes on 45% of those. He gets an assist on 11% of those. So his adjusted assist to pass ratio on 23 passes a game is nearly 19%. Also has a 91% adjusted rebound chance in his last 3. So as long as this game is trending under and DiVincenzo's out there guarding the guards, like, I see him going over this pretty easily.
Who will guard the guards? And that will be Dante DiVincenzo. Look at you looking at all these rebound chances and adjusted rebound chances and contested rebound chances. And the other thing about Dante is that he is a wonderful catch and shoot player. So when you like we've talked about with Jalen getting assists more, Jalen Brunson getting a few more assists because now he trusts guys like OG Anunoby and Dante DiVincenzo, 2 of the best catch and shoot pull-up shooters, not pull-up, but catch and shoot shooters in the league this season in terms of efficiency and the amount of times that they're getting that shot. So yeah, RJ just muddles everything up, man. That's to answer your question. Yeah, he didn't play well with RJ because look, you still watch RJ on Toronto right now, and he still is like, I'm the 3rd overall pick in the draft. That's still his mentality, is like, give me the ball. And it's frustrating if you're around him, and it's like great when he's hitting shots, but if you're a fan of the Raptors now, you're like, I actually would rather have IQ or Pascal or Scotty Barnes with the ball in their hands. Why do you have this weird notion that you're like the 2nd or even 1st option on this team? That's crazy. That's the kind of stuff that muddled things up.
It was all the way back to Duke. Remember when he would like shoot air balls in crunch time, and Zion would just be like, okay, cool, best player in college basketball. Yep, you take that shot. Sure, go ahead.
Exactly what we're saying here, man. Same thing. So yeah, he's going to run Pascal out of town before long. Like, I know Pascal's already on the way out and wants out, but like watching RJ Barrett shoot 9 to 10 threes a game ain't keeping Pascal in Toronto either. So let's move on to the last bet that I have here, which is Chet under, and this is a half a unit bet. I incorrectly put a full unit. Half a unit bet here because I like the under, but I don't love it. I tried this. What was it last night? I tried to sort of fade the Wizards and go, I don't think Miles Turner is going to do that well, even though the Wizards are awful against centers. And now I'm kind of going back to the same thing where it's like the Blazers are bad against centers, but I'm still taking an under for the guy on the other side because I don't see this game being very close for very long at all. Like the Blazers have all but given up on this season. DeAndre Ayton's not playing, so I don't even know why you would keep Chet out there, right? So the 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined are what I'm going under for, because last time he played this Blazers team on the second leg of a back-to-back, he played 20 minutes, still had 16 points and 6 boards. Okay, so like if he got 25 minutes tonight, who's to say he wouldn't get 20 points and six boards? But he had no assists. I just think the bulk stats aren't going to be there for him. We'll still only go half a unit because it is strictly based on the blowout potential and the back-to-back factor of the Thunder play a lot of guys on the second leg of a back-to-back because they have 11 legit rotational players that could play on other teams in the NBA. And so they want to get those guys minutes, which is what Daigneault has done in the 4 back-to-back games that they've had this season. Chet's averaging 24 minutes a game, right? He's averaging just the 4.5 rebounds per game, as well as the 16 points. So like not really, 14.5 points. So not the same dude, right? That he is, and not the same numbers as well, that I should say. So the like 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists that he's averaging is because he's averaging the 24 minutes. That said, the bet that I would love to find out is what's Isaiah Joe's 3 prop at? What's Kason Wallace's points or assists or rebounds more likely prop at? Because he's a great rebounder for a guard. So if you can't tell, I'm absolutely infatuated with Kason Wallace's game. Like, he is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful piece to any team that he's the type of dude you could put on any team. He's going to be guarding your best wing player at all times whenever he's out there and take that role very seriously. 3-point shooting, not awesome. Going to get better for sure. It's definitely going to be something that they focus on with him. The offensive game, driving to the rim, is good enough. So if you do get Kason Wallace at like 6.5 points, if you get Isaiah Joe at around like 7.5 points, I really like the backup guys to get 20 to 25 minutes in this game because it should be over by the second quarter.
Yeah, and you look at his minutes last back-to-back was 25 minutes in a really close, high-scoring game against Atlanta, and he gets 16 PRA. Clearly, Daigneault was comfortable just going with big Jalen Williams.
Right. You're talking about Chet.
For about half that game. And just, I mean, Chet's coming off a stress fracture, right? That cost him the entire season. Like, you're not going to put him out there against a team that is first to the tanking line with their ticket for a low draft pick. Like, I mean, clearly, he should have his minutes limited here. We'll see how much damage he can do in those minutes. But, I think you can either take his unders or the backups overs, like we're saying, depending on what kind of lines we get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting on those backup overs. I mean, Duop Reith is not a great matchup for Chet for sure. So it's not like Reith is gonna be a stopper. It's more just like, why would you play Chet Holmgren against Duop Reith? You don't need to, so just don't do it. And I think that'll be the case tonight. I don't see him getting 25 minutes. So that is all the time we have for you in Play Up Props, though. Continue to follow along, like and subscribe to that page so you can check out these videos as well as the best bets that we're bringing you each and every weekday. And until we see you next, happy betting.